Hey everybody, this is INDOMINUS KRG, and then we're doing another toy review this week, and this is technically a third party or KO or knockoff pretty much. And this is literally it has no name. It just says large mountain gorilla or large Indominus Rex versus Lillian versus with the Rex and the gorilla, large mountain gorilla. And technically this is a bootleg or third party or KO. And it's crazy. So they actually use molds from the actual figure from the Indominus Rex from Jurassic World. And this is actually a mold from I don't know what figure or toy, but this is dead on captures from the 2005 Universal Studios King Kong movie that came out in 2005. And it looks pretty good. I never had any figure from that gorilla from 2005 King Kong movie, so I was pretty excited. So of course I tell you how much I got this, where I got this in the end of the video. So this is really crazy. Again, this is a third party bootleg or KO. But yeah, so the box itself is just right here. It shows the mountain gorilla, and in the back it shows them facing each other, and right there you can actually see a mold of both of them. And again, this you can tell this right away. This is, if you've ever seen the movie King Kong 2005, it's a really good movie. It has that kind of like nostalgic 1920s, 30s look to it, vibe and everything. But yeah, there's one of the reasons I got it because of him, because I never had a version of that King Kong, so I'm pretty excited. So let's open this baby up and get a better look inside and check out all the accessories, well, pretty much all the accessories it comes with. Alright, so it comes with some really bizarre accessories. It comes with these kind of like fish tank plants. I'll be honest, they look like fish tank plants. Yeah, this is the stuff that you usually see like in Petco or I don't know, in an aquarium. It's just so bizarre and weird. So this is supposed to like be like the jungle, maybe even those kind of like toys like in the box that you come with, like, I don't know. I just don't know. I really think it's one of like those fish tanks. Maybe I'm not. The only really cool thing was this rock formation like accessory, and actually it's like not bad weather, and you actually see a skull of I think it's a T-Rex. You want to get a better look. There's actually cement, so you can get a better look at it. But yeah, a really nice mold of that. But yeah, now let's actually check out the figures itself. Alright, so this is so weird how it's two different movies and two different timelines pretty much, and yet they're like how they can clash, but it makes sense if it's possible. It's Universal, so technically it's owned by the same. So yeah, so let's start with the gorilla first. Again, to me he looks almost dead on to the 2005 Godzilla. That's the reason I got this. The mold on this is crazy. The paint is not that bad. Now there are like a little bit of like lazy, not that great patches areas, but I can honestly fix that myself. This thing is like a thick chunk of plastic. Like this thing will hurt. These kind of the mold, the way it reminds me of like those, like you ever been to a hobby store and you buy those really expensive dinosaur models. They're that kind of material. It's kind of heavy material, solid plastic material, like plastic, thick plastic. This will hurt. Like if you threw this at someone, it will hurt. So don't get the idea, but yeah. So let's actually get a better look at the figure itself, just the scope on this thing, and it looks sick. The face, look at that, yeah, and then the chest, it has the scar. I think in the movie it had more scars than that, but like the mold is not bad on this thing. This is, I don't know where this is from, but yeah, it's really cool. It'll be cool. Like I said, I'm gonna weather it a little bit more, give him a little bit more of a look, a little bit of white hair, because I know in the movie he was a little bit older. But yeah, and the scope, again, the scope of this thing is crazy. But yeah, so again, he has no articulation. He's just one solid plastic piece, just to have display. And I'll be honest, I'm happy. Like again, I'm only gonna maybe alter him a little. I don't know how I'm gonna paint his eyes. His eyes still look cool. That kind of gold. He's actually supposed to be like this light brown, but they just stick out more like that. I do want to make him a little bit darker, but I do like that. But yeah, So the next one, and put this on the side, is do the Dominus Rex. The Dominus Rex was not really one of my favorites from that movie. I like the T-Rex. I'm always gonna be the OG Jurassic Park T-Rex. But this thing looks really cool. I'm gonna be honest, it looks really cool. And it's really long. It's heavy too. Not like heavy as the gorilla, but it's pretty solid heavy. It does have a little bit of articulation from the mouth. I wouldn't be shocked. This is one of those molds from one of those like those ones you could buy like a I think at the hobby shop or Hobby Lobby. There's a section where they have all these kind of dinosaurs and dragons and unicorns, all this like mold, like thick plastic. I wouldn't be shocked if that's from one of those. But this thing is really, really cool. You go on to see it close up and see. Again, it has not that bad weathering, but it does have a it's like that kind of generic basic weathering, and it's still pretty decent. From the far, it looks really nice. It's not until you get really close you can see the kind of like the flaws in the paint lines, like especially in the teeth. You want to zoom that down so you can see the teeth. You can tell right away some of the paint there is kind of off, but from the far it looks not bad. Like I'm gonna maybe definitely weather him more. Give him a little bit of brown, and also paint those teeth a little bit more nicer, because right here it's a little off. But yeah, the eyes on this is really nice. I do like the eyes. Again, they gave them the kind of gold. But let's just look at the mold on that. That's it. Again, the only articulation this thing has is its mouth. Yeah, and that's it. Again, no other articulation. Okay, guys, so that's it. It's well, it's not that short, but not that long either. It's between middle video. So, I like this. I like this because, especially because of the price, and of course I'll tell you this in a bit. So again, the scoping on this is really nice, and the texture and the weight on this is really, really crazy heavy, and I like that. So you know it won't really break. So, but technically this is still a bootleg or third party, used from probably from a mold from an original figure. And yeah, so so I got this. I remember, well, a while ago I did a video on this bootleg Godzilla, like 90s Godzilla toy, like from a vinyl figure, and it was like more like a squishy toy. And I went back to that. Sorry, excuse me. I went back to that same swap meet, and I found this. It wasn't like in a table with just a random stuff, and there was like a bunch of these. At first I didn't know what it was. It wasn't until she had one display like this. I was like, what the? I know this gorilla. I know this T-Rex. I'm like, huh. And I asked her how much the price is. I didn't hear her at first. I thought she was saying like $28 or up 40 or something. So I double checked. In the end, she actually told me this was. She actually, whoop, a little plant there. She actually told me the price, and I was so surprised. This was $8. This thing is $8. I have seen this online. I seen it sell online. I don't know if it's actually been bought, but I've seen people trying to sell this online for like $130 or $140 for this, and that's crazy. I've seen people selling these individually for like at least $20 to $30. I'll be honest, this is good for $8. That's an amazing price. Even $30 is not. It's not a bad deal for this two combination with all this stuff all together. So try to get it for at least that price. Don't try to overbuy it too, you know. I got lucky again, like last time for me, because I'm a huge kaiju fanatic, a huge monster fanatic, and I got this for a really cool price. So yeah, check your swap meets. You know, sometimes you'll get surprised and you find really cool stuff like this, and I was lucky this time. I was really surprised. I was so excited. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is Limitless KRGNN signing out, and I always say, anyway that helps the channel, leave a comment, subscribe, put thumbs up, and keep collecting. And adios and bye.